for more on all of this, let's bring in the former Deputy Assistant Attorney General John Yoo. So Trump seems to take, I don't want to say he takes glee, but he's certainly taking a lot of action against Harvard. Harvard keeps finding sympathetic judges and winning in court. So why wouldn't they continue to defy the president's wishes?
Harvard may think it's on the right track because it is playing on its home court. It's bringing these cases in Boston, Massachusetts, before a judge, Judge Burroughs, who I have to say has a good track record of losing at the Supreme Court when it's up against, for example, the first travel ban. She actually tried to enjoin Trump's first travel ban from the first term. She lost at the Supreme Court on that. She also found, for example, that Harvard was not discriminating on the basis of race systematically when it was doing its admissions. She lost at the Supreme Court on that too. But nevertheless, Harvard can go to her and get an initial injunction holding the Trump program in abeyance. But I think in the long run, this is a dangerous gamble for Harvard. I think the weight of authority in terms of visas and immigration is, of course, in the hands of the federal government. And of course, protecting the national security is in the hands of the president. And Harvard, I think, will ultimately lose if it keeps pushing in court rather than trying to reach some kind of agreement with the administration where they can live together.
Well, at some point it gets to a court where perhaps it's more sympathetic to the president. But here is the argument that Harvard successfully made in getting a temporary restraining order against the ban against Harvard enrolling international students. It said, quote, the president is not suspending entry for any, quote, class of aliens. To the contrary, non-immigrants may enter the country unabated as long as they do not attend Harvard. The president's actions thus are not undertaken to protect the, quote, interests of the United States, but instead to pursue a government vendetta against Harvard. They're basically saying you're singling out people who want to go to this institution. Meanwhile, the doors are open for other folks to come in. Is that a valid argument? Do you think that would hold water at the Supreme Court?
I don't think the Supreme Court is going to hold a decision like that. The court has never allowed judges at this level to say, we're going to second guess what the president thinks or what Congress thinks is in the national security interests of the United States. Notice the language you just read, John. She decided that it was in the national security interests for students to go to Harvard and overruled the president, who has much more access to information from abroad, much better judgment about what's in our national security interests or not. And you could take her reading and say, okay, well, for Trump, what he could do is then ban all international students from going to all universities as long as Harvard is not singled out. I think that's mistaken logic, and I think the Supreme Court's going to overturn it.
I mean, one of the reasons why Harvard may be continuing to go down this path of finding sympathetic judges and getting temporary restraining orders and injunctions against the president, because it's a matter of, they believe, principle for them, but it's also a matter of money. These are figures that I just cobbled together. There's approximately 7,000 international students that attend Harvard. The average undergraduate tuition's just shy of $60,000. Graduate tuition in years 1 and 2, slightly less than that. That's a total that I came up with of approximately $408,268,000. That is a big piece of change for them to do whatever they can to continue this program.
I hate to say it, it's not just Harvard. Berkeley, other top universities also rely on foreign students who are paying full freight to keep their budgets afloat. But that doesn't mean that they have the right to decide who comes into the country. This is the point. The federal government has the right to issue visas. Harvard and universities don't decide who gets to come into the country. And so these universities really need to make a deal with the Trump administration to take into account, I think, the government's valid national security interests, but they won't. And they're going to risk all that money if they do it.
All right. John Yoo, always good to catch up with you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.